Welcome one, welcome all to Max's Mic. I'm Max and I have the mic. Today's episode is going to be me doing a little talking about some college football. I decided there's some stuff going on and some teams and players that I felt like talking about, so I'm going to hop on the mic and talk about it. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as I break down some teams and players that you should be keeping an eye on throughout the rest of this college football season. Ironically, we're actually going to start with the team that I don't know if you really should pay too much attention to, and that is the Florida State Seminoles. They've struggled a lot early this season, starting 0-2 with losses to Georgia Tech, as well as a loss to Boston College. And these losses come to a few things. First of all, just an inability to really operate on both sides of the ball, but especially when it comes to the defense stopping the run game. And on the offense, it's just dropped passes. These two factors of not being able to stop the opposing team's run and allowing the opposing team to just clobber you through the run, exhaust you, tire you out, and then throw the ball late in the game to score touchdowns, and your inability to catch the ball and be able to advance it up field through the air and the ground, it's just a recipe for disaster. And unfortunately for the Seminoles, not looking too good this season. If they can fix those two factors, stopping the run and figuring out how to catch the ball, because there were quite a few dropped passes, especially in that Boston College game. Figuring those out will lead to some success. However, unfortunately, at this point, with their two losses, and especially to the teams that they've lost to, I don't really know if they've got a shot at the playoffs this year. Next team I want to talk about is Michigan. Michigan University, the Wolverines, the former champions looking to defend their title. And again, it's really early, but the defense has been great. It's just the offense's ability to produce that I'm nervous about, especially because they're currently still kind of bouncing back and forth between two quarterbacks right now. And neither one of them are in the game long enough to really get into a groove and feel comfortable as the quarterback. And when they start to feel comfortable, they're taken out. Davis Warren, the real starter, I guess it seems, he was put in as the starter and confirmed to be the starter last week against Texas. But he's got a 63% completion percentage, only thrown 322 yards, and he's thrown 3 picks to 2 touchdown passes. Just he doesn't look all too comfortable. The pocket presence isn't really, or the awareness in the pocket isn't really there. And then the other guy you got is Alex Orji, who really hasn't thrown the ball. He's only thrown the ball 2 times. He's more in there to run the ball. And the unfortunate problem is that you don't have the same running prominence from your running backs that you have had in past years, where you bring in Orji and it's almost like there's a high chance he's going to run the ball, but if he hands it off to the running back and goes the other way, you're in trouble. So it was kind of dynamic with that play fake. But now you've got Donovan Edwards, but he's not even really getting the primary amount of carries. I just don't understand how this Michigan offense is trying to operate and run when you've got a crazy, incredible tight end, probably one of the best in the league right now, Colston Loveland, who's been tearing it up when he gets the opportunity. But then you've got one of the best running backs in Donovan Edwards, and you're not really using him. And I understand we've got a quarterback problem and 2 quarterbacks battling, and neither one of them really, honestly, all that good. I think you really got to focus in on getting the run game going if you're Michigan. Because the defense is there. You got the best cornerback in the league in Will Johnson. You got one of the best defensive coordinators in Wink Martindale coming over to coach you guys. And I understand, no more Harbaugh, but you got to figure things out here. Got 2 more teams I want to talk about. One is Ole Miss. And there's a few players keep an eye on as this Ole Miss team climbs the ranks. 2 big wins, although against lower-end teams. They took care of business and they dominated. Jackson Dart, the quarterback, great speed, but he's really just an accurate passer great pocket presence and awareness of the field, and he's also able to just get the ball out quick, throwing quick short slants when he's under pressure, just getting it away and figuring things out. And I also really like the running back, Henry Parrish Jr. Smaller build, but boy, is he fast and elusive. Breaking tackles, able to just slip away from defenders with a spin move with a little juke. And defensively, this pass rush is probably one of the best, if not the best in the league. This Ole Miss pass rushers get to the quarterback really fast, and they're also really just good at closing down the space that the quarterback has to operate. And if you flip it to the other side of the defensive game, which is the run, and they can handle that too. The D-line, the edge rushers, really good. Last team I want to talk about, and a team that I think is truly legit, is Boise State. I really think that this Boise State team is legit. They almost beat Oregon, and I know it may seem an overreaction from that, but I truly think that this Boise State team's got what it takes, and it really starts with the running back, Ashton Jeanty, who I think is the best running back in the league. Just really, really fast running back who's also got the ability to run guys over or hit a spin move and get past them. He's elusive. He's physical. Just got everything that you would want in a running back. Ashton Jeanty. Remember the name. Keep an eye on him. He's going to be really good. And I also just really like this Boise State defense. Andrew Simpson leading the team with 3 forced fumbles and 2 sacks on his own. And to think that they've got some other star players too in there, this Boise State team, they're going to do some big things, and they might find themselves somehow in this college football playoff. 12 teams, plenty of opportunities. They can do it. Now I'm going to talk about a few players to watch, just to keep an eye on. Some guys that I've really liked and seen how they've been playing, and think that as the season progresses will be the talk of the town. Starting with a quarterback, going with out of the University of Miami, the U, Cam Ward. And why I really like him is he's just calm. This sense of just calm and poise that he has when he's out on the football field. He's not one of those guys that's really going to be going crazy or jumping around. He's going to go out there and do his job and do it effectively. Really good quarterback. Great arm. Just great pocket presence, which I find really important, especially in this league where a lot of the best or just so much better quarterbacks are good runners, but a lot of them use their legs when they have to, and they don't just sit around. Again, we can look back to week 1. Kirk Cousins didn't look so good, and he just kind of sat in the pocket. Whereas some guys that looked a lot better, Anthony Richardson, got out of the pocket, scrambled a little bit, and either used his legs to run upfield or just created space for himself to throw up a ball that ends up actually being a 70 or whatever it was yard touchdown pass. So Cam Ward, I think he's got what it takes. For the running back position out of Rutgers, Kyle Monangai. Shifty running back, but he's also tough. A really bigger build for a running back, and he's just going to plow through people this season. I really like him in his play style. Kyle Monangai out of Rutgers. For the defensive side now, I got 3 players. We're starting with basically the Defense University, Defense U, also known as sometimes referred to as tight end U, and that's Iowa. And I'm going with their linebacker, Jay Higgins. This guy, when he's on the field, not only is he a great leader helping his defense set up and get ready for the plays, but he's just a ball-hungry man. Great awareness on the field, commands the defense, and he wants the ball. He's going to find it, and he's going to go for it, whether it means picking it off, whether he's blocking away, whether he's making a tackle, or he's even so much as helping a tackle, helping finish a tackle. He will come in when a guy seems like he's down and just finish and ensure that the runner or the offensive player is truly down and not getting back up. He just wants the ball. He just wants to make the play, and he's always ready to do it. An edge rusher, keep an eye on out of Penn State, Abdul Carter. He's just incredibly fast. When I first impression of him, when I was first watching him, especially in that West Virginia game, I thought every single play he was jumping off sides, false start, leaving early. I thought these refs were blind. And then I decided to slow it down in the highlights, and I realized just how quick of a first step he's getting, and also how quick his reaction speed is. The fact that he is getting off the line of scrimmage so fast that in real time it looks like he's committing a false start or offsides, just incredible. That's when you know you've got a really special player. And not just that, though, but he's also able to get past defenders using his speed on the outside, put pressure on the quarterback, really able to hit home. Just a really smart player who uses his speed to his advantage, getting on the outside, getting off the line of scrimmage quick, and getting to the quarterback. Finally, we're going to finish with a former Michigan safety, now transferred to Alabama. Keon Sabb was a part of that Michigan team, and he is just a really smart player. Great field awareness, great speed, a 4.55 40, big player. He's 6'1", 200 pounds, plays tough, but also, again, a ball hawk. He just wants the ball, and he's going out there and getting it. Really just a stellar player. A hard-working, but also smart and aware player. He's already got 2 interceptions on the season, as well as a forced fumble. Just going out there, making the plays when he has to, and dominating this game. Keon Sabb, a last player to keep an eye on. So those are my takes early on in this college football season. Stay tuned for my fantasy football picks, my daily picks coming Sunday morning again for week 2. And until then, I hope y'all have a great night. Enjoy some college football. Head over to Max's Mike on Instagram and my predictions for this Sunday night football game, NFL, will be there, going live in just a few minutes. But for now, until Sunday, take care and goodbye.